battery packs. This unit right here is an additional 1 kilowatt hour, so it doubles the capacity to 2 kilowatts, and it's an additional $600. That's a reasonable price because these are lithium iron phosphate batteries. They have a life cycle rating of 4,000 cycles, so these are high quality and they're going to last a very long time. But you can also buy this battery pack, which is 4 kilowatts, bringing the total capacity to 5 kilowatts of power. It is expensive, but 5 kilowatts of power, that's beginning to be enough to be like a full-blown home backup power system. And due to the modularity, you could unplug this battery and the main unit is still very portable. And speaking of the main unit, right now on Amazon, there's a deal going on and it costs just 650 bucks. So I'll go ahead and leave the Amazon link to this product below the video if you guys want to buy it. Because spoiler, this thing is a fantastic product. So diving more into the specifications of this main unit, again, the capacity here to be exact is 1,024 watt hours. You can recharge it a few different ways. The main one is regular AC power, and the maximum charging speed here is 1,500 watts. That means that this thing can charge from 0 to 100 in less than 1 hour. But something I love about this unit is the accompanying EcoFlow app. So if you don't want to charge this at maximum speed in order to preserve its lifespan, you have complete control via the app of the charging speed of this unit. And on top of that, you can set parameters of how much you want the battery to charge and discharge. So for example, you can set the maximum charge to 80% and the maximum discharge to 20%. So this level of control for expensive batteries like this is very nice. Now on top of AC charging, we have 2 DC inputs on the back, and these are primarily used with solar panels. So each input here has a maximum input of 500 watts, meaning that theoretically this can accept 1,000 watts of solar input. And since we're on the back, this massive port is where you plug in the expandable battery packs, and down here we have some legacy DC output jacks. But the front is where we have most of the action going on, and here we have 6 regular house AC outlets and 4 USB ports. 2 of them are high-speed USB Type-C, each rated at 140 watts maximum, and then we have 2 more legacy USB-A ports. This is probably my biggest complaint. I would have liked to seen a minimum of 4 USB-C ports and maybe just 1 legacy USB-A port. And above that we have a massive screen, and this is one of the big new improvements for this generation. Right in the middle we have the current state of charge. Left-hand side is watts in, right-hand side is watts out. But if you look more closely, we also have other data being displayed here. So before I mentioned how in the app you can set a maximum charge percentage and discharge percentage, and that is represented right here on this meter. Now when it comes to my usage of this battery, it primarily lives on my desk and acts as a charging hub for all of my devices, and using the screen I can see exactly how fast my devices are charging based off of the wattage they are pulling. And for this application, the sound, the fan noise is crucial because the device is on my desk, it's very close to me, as well as the UPS function. So when it comes to the UPS functionality, that means this device primarily acts as a pass-through when it's plugged into AC power. And in the event that there's a power outage, it can switch from AC to the internal battery in less than 10 milliseconds, which means that for most devices, it can keep it powered continuously without any hiccups. And the other key thing here is the noise level. These devices have fans built in. It does get hot with usage, but EcoFlow they are one of the quietest on the market. It's advertised at less than 30 decibels. And I can tell you, again, I use this as a charging hub on my desk. It's about 2 feet away from my face, and it is dead quiet. And finally, I did want to test the phantom draw of this unit. So essentially, when the device is powered on but it's not currently being used, how much power does it lose over time? Just for reference, all units will lose power because the inverter, the system as a whole, consumes power. So for my test, I let it run for 8 hours overnight, and I had the unit both on as well as the AC and DC ports being activated. And 8 hours later, we went from having 70% charge to 32% charge. That means we used about 390 watt hours, which comes out to about 32 watts per hour. So when fully on, that's how much power this device uses by itself. And that's not too bad, 30 watts per hour. If you have that extra battery pack and the total capacity is 5 kilowatts, then the overall impact impact of that in terms of your battery percentage is going to be a lot less. So that's the EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus, a power unit that's going to stay on my desk for a very long time. At the current price of just $650 on Amazon, I think it's a fantastic deal. So I'll go ahead and leave the link below the video. But again, this was not a sponsored review. So if you guys enjoyed, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
On it. What's the best course of action?
Die Schweine haben meinen Kameraden erwischt.
Off camera. Here.
Glad to assist. I'll be right over.
Hey everybody, Kyle here with Spicer Designs. Today's video I have something really cool to show you. It's so cool, frankly, it makes me sick. It's that cool. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, before I... Son of a... I thought I muted my phone. Tell you what, those Ring doorbells are nice. They're freaking annoying. And everyone has the same ringtone, so anytime you hear it go off, you think it's yours. And if we have someone over, and theirs goes off, then our dogs go nuts. I'm sure this is very relatable for everybody. All right, before I show you this new thing, it's cool, but it's not that cool. I kind of oversold it there. I want to show you something else. My neighbor had a little accident the other day, and he freaking torched his whole yard. All right, so you can see here, my next door neighbor's yard really wasn't too affected. It got pretty close to his pond back there. It mostly got the neighbor next to him. This is just a good little reminder, especially as we get into spring cleanup season. You might be burning some leaves or some understory in your woods. Be extremely cautious. The wind can change, the wind can pick up, and things can get out of hand really quick. And that's kind of what happened here. My neighbor was actually doing some tilling out by his garden. He got done tilling, he went inside, and he thinks that his tiller backfired or something, or maybe the heat from it was enough to ignite the grass, which was very dry. It was a certain kind of grass, and it just took off like wildfire, literally. Fire department ended up coming out and putting the fire out. No major damage. Everyone was okay. So got away lucky on this one. Moral of the story, if you're gonna have a fire, make sure you're prepared. Make sure there's no wind. Have a plan. You can never be too cautious. All right, back to the point of the video. Now when I show you this, just be open-minded, because I have something cool to show you that I'm gonna use this with. That made no sense. Yes, it's a power station, but the video is not all about power stations. We're going to be talking about something else. I do work with another brand. I've mostly been covering the larger ones, and to be honest, I've always wanted a smaller, more portable one for just light duty things around the property. A lot of people have been talking about EcoFlow in the comments, so I thought I'd give it a try. So this is EcoFlow's newest Delta 3. It's got ladybugs all over it, or Japanese beetles, as I was corrected. First thoughts, this thing is really pretty nice. I would say it's like the perfect size for miscellaneous use around the property. I could throw it on a golf cart, we could take it camping, all kinds of scenarios. It's actually very light, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this on a project that I've been working on off camera. Most of you know I'm an electrician by trade. We have a good friend down here that just built a pole barn, and I still have to trench a feed to the pole barn. So I wired this thing for them. It's really muddy, the conditions aren't great to trench yet. They have garage door openers, lights, they have things they want to do in this new pole barn and they just can't do it yet because there's no power. So I'm going to use this EcoFlow Delta 3 to temporarily power the barn. And, I know I disappeared, just to prolong the battery, because this thing's going to be running the barn for day in, day out for a little bit. Maybe a week or two. They sent a portable solar panel with it as well. As they're using power, it could be charging at the same time and just make that battery life last a little bit longer. And these are 220 watt bifacial portable solar panels. If you're not familiar with what bifacial is, that means it can actually collect sunlight from both sides of the solar panel. I'm not sure if I'll be able to utilize that or not, but who really gives a shit? Now, I did charge this thing up last night, just with a little 120 volt power cord here.
Let's see what we can get done.
I mean, you can see it's not gigantic.
For duty?
On the back side, we've got our inputs for the solar charging. You can add additional batteries to this and stack them so you can get more battery capacity. And then we have our 120 volt charger port right there. Anyways, it's got all the outputs you could possibly think of on this thing. And we have an update. The Keystone girl pulled through.
Let's go.
She finally got me some Keystone to stock up
What's the best
in
course of action?
my new Iron Mountain refrigeration cooler. This thing is freaking awesome. It's so nice to have in the shop. Great company. I will leave links for them down in the description as well. All right, we're all loaded up. My plan is to show you this pole barn that I've wired. It's already done. I'd like to show you some of the techniques that I use when I'm wiring a pole barn. Everybody does it different. I am extremely anal, so the way I do it takes more time, but it looks fantastic when it's done. And to me, that's what it's all about, the finished product. So let's take a cruise over there, and I'll show you what I've been working on off camera.
I understand.
Here is the barn that I've already wired.
Yep.
It is roughly 30 foot deep by 32 foot wide, I think. You can see the panel there in the back corner. And we have two overhead garage doors with door openers that they cannot use because the panel that I installed has no power coming to it. Eventually I'll be piping out the bottom of this, stubbing it outside, and trenching over to the house to pick up power, but right now you've got nothing. I've got all my circuits ran in here. Everything is terminated and landed on the breakers. We just need some power. All of the switches are in, outlets, all the lights. There's 8 LEDs in here, but we'll go over more of that here in just a minute. I want to get this thing temporarily powered up. We can get the lights on, and then I'll kind of show you some of the techniques that I use when I'm wiring a pole barn. All right, here is the plan. Tucked away in this corner, I have a GFI. I have a 20 amp circuit that feeds this, and then I have a couple other outlets that are downloaded off of this GFI. I also have a feed that stubs outside and feeds like a little shed, or I don't know what you call it. It's a small building, but we're going to utilize that as well. So this is where I want to put the power station. Then what I'm going to do is take this heavy duty appliance cord right here. I'm going to hardwire it into this outlet. I'll tap into that 20 amp circuit. Essentially what that'll do is turn this entire barn into a giant appliance that I will plug into the power station. And then that 20 amp breaker that feeds that will temporarily become the main for the barn. I can jumper the 2 phases because there are no 240 volt circuits in here, so we only need 120. So I could temporarily feed both buses with that 120 volt circuit, and we can then power the entire barn. Obviously we can't put a huge load on it, but all it is lights and openers. They're not going to be plugging any fridges in here yet. It should work out pretty well, but again, just temporary. So let's not come up with a bunch of hypothetical scenarios where someone can get hurt or whatever. There's nothing that can backfeed anywhere. This is totally safe to do. Ideally, you should know what the hell you're doing. I did just do a little bit of reorganizing with my Milwaukee pack-out stuff. I picked another one of these smaller organizers up from Home Depot. Got all of my 832s, 632s, all of my electrical related supplies in here. Makes it convenient. And I picked up this new case. I mean, these things are getting freaking expensive. I think this one was like 60 bucks. But I added some foam in here so I could put my labeler in there. And I've got a drill bit set. Most people probably have one of these with half the bits missing. You just buy a new one. It goes in there real nice. And then I picked up a hole saw kit. This is pretty handy. All the different hole saws that you need, and arbors, more drill bits. So this is, son of a, the semis. So this is kind of like my drill bit and tip organizer.
I'm here eating, I'm pregnant as hell, and then you come grabbing me and shit. That's what I was trying to tell you. I just got done eating. I think my came all the way out here for some food.
On September 8th, 2024 officers with the Davenport Police Department responded to a call from someone in Illinois claiming that they were tracking their stolen car to a Hooters parking lot in Davenport, Iowa. The officers have to review the footage before accusing any of the people in the restaurant.
Is there a manager I can talk to?
Well, you guys are never a good sign.
That's not always true. Maybe not a good sign when you're around, but
What? Check my record.
I figured it can't be for me. As long as I'm not driving my
you're the
car.
manager. I'm requesting access to your guys' camera to see if that somebody came out of that vehicle over there. Which vehicle? The Silver Equinox. It's reported as stolen. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Can I ask what's going on?
That's a stolen car.
You stole a car?
Oh, somebody stole a car, but I'm trying to see who it is.
Oh,
I'm
that
trying to-
car is
yeah.
stolen? Oh!
Ready for duty?
Is there anybody in it?
Nope. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Can I ask what's going on?
That's a stolen car.
You stole a car?
Oh, somebody stole a car, but I'm trying to see who it is.
Oh,
I'm
that
trying to-
car is stolen?
yes.
Oh! Is there anybody?
Okay, that's fine.
Can I ask what's going on?
That's a stolen car.
You stole a car?
Oh, somebody stole a car, but I'm trying to see who it is.
Oh,
I'm
that
trying to-
car is
yeah.
stolen? Oh! Is there anybody in it?
Nope. Manager in here is calling for a regional manager to look at cameras. You don't think so?
I don't know if it's...
Yeah, it's not here when I pulled up, if that makes a difference. So it has to be somebody in
You
here.
guys got it?
The owner of the other vehicle said it was here. You haven't like GPS tracking or whatever?
I didn't do that with my car.
Yeah, you do.
I wonder...
I wish somebody would try to steal my car.
It's a cute little car, too.
It's so cute.
So cute.
Hey,
Not yet. I will be if you don't take that 49ers hat off. Manager in here is calling for a regional manager to look at cameras.
Let's go. Wir werden angegriffen. What's the best course of action? Uh-huh. I understand. Agreed. I understand.
Stand am Stubenfenster und
Yes.
starrte in den Garten, als die Post eintraf.
Soldat!
Stach ins Leere.
Ready for duty? Ready for duty?
Whatever you say. Yeah. Whatever you say. I understand. Already going.
death in vain. Let's go. Yes. Okay?
Yes.
What's the best course of action? It will feel like falling asleep. Ready for duty? What's the best course of action? Yes. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Yep. Ready for duty? What's the best course of action?
On it.
Glad to assist.
Yes. Whatever you say.
Okay.
Agreed. Already going.
Yes. Glad to assist. I'll be right over.
Whatever you say.
It will feel like falling asleep. Glad to assist. Yes.
Yeah?
Okay?
Okay.
Ready for duty? Let's see what we can get done. Let's go. Uh-huh.
Whatever you say.
Ready for duty? Affirmative.
Whatever you say. On it. Whatever you say.
I'll show them. Okay. Leave it to me. Never thought I'd be so happy to see your ugly faces again.
Staring down a dozen gun barrels hasn't influenced your charming personality.
I mean, I really thought it was the end for me. I never expected to see you.
Don't be silly now. I'm not leaving my men to the enemy.
Let's go, man. Glad to assist.
Yep.
I'm your man. Okay. Okay. I said you'd pay for this, and I'm a man of my word.
Whatever you say. Uh-huh.
I'm your man. Yes. Consider it done. Consider it done. Uh-huh. On it. Glad to assist. Let's see what we can get done. Huh? Okay. Wish I could. Impossible. Yep. Okay. What's the best course of action? Utterly impossible. Huh? Uh-huh. Ready for duty? Uh-huh. 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 Yes. On it. Coming right over. Whatever you say. Okay. What's the best course of action? Yes. Sure thing. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. Huh? Yep. Glad to assist. What's next?
No one messes with my men.
You tell them, boss. A day worthy of celebration. Damn, this place is crawling with cherries.
I expected as much. Inside this building, they're developing a weapon of mass destruction which will have a devastating effect on mankind.
I'm really onto something here, huh?
That's exactly why we need to meet with our intelligence agents.